ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, G2A, NVIDIA, and ESEA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL Pro League. 1 game down, 5 to go. And this one's going to be on Cbble. We did just witness overpass between Flipside and Mouse. And actually, surprisingly to some, Flipside picked up their first win in the league. I mean, they're now sitting at 1 win, 6 losses. And this is going to be them battling for that second win. Could they 2-0 mousesports? And joining me to help explain whether they can or they can't is the very handsome Norwegian Halvor Vendetta Gullestol.
Far too kind.
If I say it really quickly, you can't quite tell how much I'm butchering it. That's my theory. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Actually, pretty excited about the second game.
Yeah? You think you're more excited than you were for Overpass?
Yeah.
Go.
Well, again, both teams, two teams with static T sides.
Yes.
But the benefit, the reason why I'm excited is because I think Flipside might actually have an opportunity to go 2-0.
Damn. Is it just they happened upon 2 good maps for Flipside?
Yeah, two very capable maps for Flipside, and the fact that, well, when we saw mousesports play versus SK, they had some, mistakes that shouldn't happen from a team at that level happening too frequently. And you saw the same thing on Overpass as well. They do get stuck. So if they, get into a rut, it's very hard for them to get out of it. And I think they might run into that versus Flipside, because even though Flipside have the similar setups for round after round after round, they actually disguise what they want to do for the better part. And on Cobblestone, on CT side, and this is something Anders will tell you, talk to you till you dive about, the fact that CTs don't really have that opportunity to search out information in the same way as you do on Overpass.
Yeah.
So that's going to give, well, Flipside a ton of opportunities on their T side to basically disguise every round as if it was the same one as what they did in the previous one. So it's going to be extremely hard for mousesports to get a good read on what's going on Flipside T side, and that's where they can definitely, take their chances.
We are going to have to be quick with this one. I do just want to kind of reiterate what you've already said by saying that SK did actually win this map against Mouse already.
And SK played well.
Yeah, can't help but feel this could be a bit of a weak spot for mousesports, a bit of a chink in the German side's armor. For now, though, we are already ready for your casters, so you guys better buckle yourselves in because it's time for Game 2. Take it away, you two.
Thank you very much, Alex. We are about as ready gets. It is going to be Cobblestone, and it's going to be a cracker. As you said, mousesports have shown to be a little bit shaky on this one. SK, they lost to. To be fair, though, at IM Katowice, I remember the game against Luminosity where they took them quite close, but again, this is a possible question mark for them here, whereas in recent times, Cobblestone has been a 9 wins, 3 losses for our friends Flipside Tactics. So there's a possibility here to get not only their first win, which they already have, but their first 2. That'll be pretty impressive here as well, and a good start for their run to try and get out of that relegation zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Flipside on the T side, mousesports on the CT side. And Mouse are already reading this pretty well. They've cheated the additional player over, can actually reset that as they see no real information. They don't hear too much going on, so they kind of bring it back in line. Now Flipside just going to be taking their time. They are a team that likes to run down that clock, and with 2 players with utility, they can kind of bank on the fact that they can get through to the side no matter how late it is, pretty much, unless someone plays instant contact. So there's the first smoke going down towards the doors. No one going off the back of it though, and Dennis has found out where all the players are. I guess a worthy trade at this point to get the information as to where exactly the Flipside players are going, and this is the late-ish push, showing the hand quite late into the round, and a lovely shot from Bodnik. Going to kick things off. Markelov's found next, and there we go, down to 2 players now for Mouse. Spitty and Nico, your last 2 standing, in a very convincing play from Flipside. Take control of that A site.
You said it was a later push here, but it still wasn't enough time for mousesports to get there and slow it up, so being swept aside so far. Nico now trying to poke his hand around the corner, and Spitty's taken very, very low. Shara just doesn't miss right now. Takes down Nico, and World Edit will finish the job there as well. Blade, the only one not to frag for Flipside in that round. Very convincing, and a clean pistol already. We're going to see the SMGs brought right up.
That's right, Bondik's got the beat, the nade spawn. Will he use it? But point being, Flipside are better on this map, and actually I'm looking at Bondic on the CT side. He normally plays drop, so I'm hoping we get to see a bit of that. And the weird thing being, mousesports, I actually used to really like the way they played it when they had God B in-game leading. I was actually really impressed with their T side as they baited people over to the wrong sites and such. But still, back into this one. Again, a bit of a default here, just Markeloff and Shara toying over by B, keeping people present, whereas the rest trying to take over long, and the SMGs, well, all SMGs bearing in mind, leading the way. And actually, Dennis is going to catch out Blade. That is maybe recoverable, and that's the bomb, even worse than that.
That's brutal. Timing was not on the side of Blade there as well, so another unfortunate round for him. Pulls out the grenade, gets taken out in the meantime, but Markeloff at least able to take down Dennis, and that's going to allow Flipside to get back towards the site of where that bomb was let loose. And Bondic, though, wrecked by Nex as he comes around the corner. Deagle, just one bullet to the head is enough to get the job done, and mousesports are working around this beautifully, capitalising off the early casualty of Blade now, and even Chris J getting around it. Shara goes down, and it's just welded at the left. He just goes straight to his fate there, and that is a complete and utter turnaround of mousesports, putting the round on its head and getting back two of those SMGs as well to work with. So great work and a good start picking up Blade.
Yeah, actually pretty impressive, and they can kind of build around this. The money's going to be pretty good. Yeah, there you go. Chris J's got the AWP straight up.
Wow.
That's sick. This is a great turn.
Not even glass cannon.
And the thing is, Flipside are going to invest here as well, because they know that mousesports don't have the perfect economy, and they're going to try and break it again. So kind of cool to watch these two going in, but Flipside really don't have that much to operate with. Shara's, of course, got the rifle, Tech 9s and such, and Nico going straight in on the peak. Lovely timing on that flash coming through, but not nice enough. Shara, again, having to take on the brutal fight here, but he actually wins out that one.
Brilliant stuff there. Blade, though, very, very low again. He's just had a rough time of things so far, and now Dennis being forced back out of that ladder room here as well. It's going to be well edit. Looking up to make his way forward here. I'd like to think they'll be checking for Dennis's presence in a sec, as Bondic is smoked away from that B side as well. It's very, very costly in terms of utility to actually get cleanly onto B, and Flipside are going to be taking their sweet time now as well, with Blade pulling back, and it's Dennis will be hunting here. Checks his right. And the timing wasn't great there. If he's checked his left first, he would have seen World Edit, who heads up into danger. Shara, though, will be coming around the corner in a couple seconds. He might just be collapsed on here. He may have gone a little bit too far. No, Shara is going to be coming forward now as well. Good work by Dennis, getting out of danger, because World Edit was going to peek that straight after.
See, and I think they expected Chris J to be watching that, because he did like the jump in, so ideally he'd get legged, but Chris J's playing super passive. What was that shot towards Blade, though? Catching him through wood? I know he saw World Edit, but that's just insane. So now, okay, next is unsure as to where the rest of these players are. They could be in the smoke. He's super paranoid about it, but Spiddy and Nex doing the shutdown, and now Markeloff's position is noted. He's got a rifle, though, gets the follow-up towards Spiddy, and they've got to know where Chris J is. 1v1, 20 seconds, and Markeloff playing it smart so far.
He's got a flash to work with as well. Chris J's probably going to get one chance to make the shot, and he does it. It's Markeloff to bring it back. 3 for him. Stunning comeback, and Flipside break back towards the economy of mousesports. They invested in that round, and it works out. Very awkward first few rounds here as Flipside managed to at least get their noses out in front. That was costly for them, though, and you can see the buy reflecting that.
Yeah, now the money's going to be pretty shot for a little while for mousesports, which is the annoying part. They're like, sweet, guys, we got a chance. We can really do something with this, and then not going to happen. But again, weird investments from mousesports as well. So anyway, into this one, new round. Again, 3 towards A for Flipside again, leaving Bondic, Waldet, and Shara to be working through that. Markeloff and Blade this time, actually. I think it was Shara who was joining Markeloff last time, so switching that around a little bit. Again, Markeloff trying to toy with drops. He's actually going to go for this one as well. Causes Spiddy to turn on that. Takes the fight, wins it. Dennis, excuse me, with the Deagle, playing from danger. Not going to find much. My voice is just completely gone, but as is Dennis from long.
Chris J gets mowed down as well, and Flipside making good on their promise to not only break mousesports' economy, but start to build up one of their own. Blade already gets across towards A. It's Nico, as you would expect, being left over at B. World Edit with one solitary point of health here. He's going to stay well and truly out of the action, as Nico will likely be looking for something here as well. He does inch his way slowly towards his A site, trying to make no sound. Be very, very careful to do that. You see how he came off flower bed there, very silently, hoping that someone from Flipside overextends. No, not necessarily any reason for Flipside to hunt doggedly down mousesports. I know they don't really have much to work with here, but they are still going to see Nico. Bondic having a go. Nico just trying to work that Deagle around, but no good, and Shara is going to pick one up there as well. He's 5-2 right now. I've got to say, it was a very average overpass for him, especially to start with, but now starting to pick it up here as well. And getting a lot of kills, importantly, in that second and third round where just the economy was completely up in the air.
Okay. And again, mousesports can't do too much into this. It's pistols all over again. Keeping themselves above 2k though, so they can go for that buy next round pretty much. I have a couple of things to work with as the upgraded pistols there. A bit of armor too, so there is some damage to be had. And they seem to be stacking a little more towards A. Again, it's a Flipside tendency. They'd like to play off the back of this, and it looks like they're doing it again. It's going to be Christian on long, just around that corner, and they are checking for this. Shara going first and foremost with that UMP. They go a little not too far away to secure the frag, but damage done greatly there. Like Christian is Dennis going to make the most of that flash, and he does find Blade. This is good. Now Shara and Bondik looking low becomes a little bit more of a problem. They're all in the right place as well now, Mouse. They're starting to read this like a book. 3 players left, though, for Flipside. Can they pull it together?
Flipside all headed out towards danger along A here as well. They're trying to get back in towards this side, but mousesports have control, and they're just going to wait for Flipside to try and come towards them. Nico is smoked on his way towards A here, so he's going to be a little late. He's going to try and hear Markloff, I think, through the smoke, but it's going to be well edit to press forward first and foremost. A couple shots coming in his direction there. You can see Spitty behind the truck, chancing to make a pick towards the Eorpa from Flipside. And he's going to re-smoke that one again as well. So continue to keep Nico quiet. He might have to go towards balcony in this case, but well edit misses an important shot. Can he make up for it for the Deagle? He gets a little bit of damage down towards Spitty. Enough to keep him quiet for the next few seconds.
And they know where all 3 players are, but they can't make anything of it. Spitty's found Bondik and now World Edit in a 1v3 that's almost impossible here. If they peek at the right time in the right places, he's got nothing to do. He finds one, but that's all he'll get out of it. And mousesports, just give him pistols, guys. Like, I'm serious. To be fair, it was Christian at the start, though, who did so much damage that set up the others to get the kill. The pot flash through danger worked so well. And then everyone got the information, stacked over towards A. Really, really good read of how Flipside have been playing those rounds. I'm not sure if that's just how Flipside like to do their anti-eco kind of things, you know, when they know they're against a team that's just got pistols, but I have to wait and see if that's the case, because this is a different beginning again.
Yeah, mousesports taking control of underpass as well, really allowed them to herd Flipside on towards long A or onto that side. That really limited their approach options toward A. They locked it down and got it done, and now, obviously, just the one round in between here. Super back and forth stuff. As you can see, Chris J does have the AWP in hand. It's 3 towards B. Markloff now just testing drop. Last time he just followed up a nade with a clean peek and actually got a kill there, but no one's going to be in there for now. Markloff still has to get the pleasantries out of the way. He can't just go in there clean. Chris J looking towards underpass there. The flash was good enough to put him off there, and he does take the shot, not able to connect. And Dennis in a weird spot, but he's perpetually flashed. He still gets the kill, though. And backs away, his blade falls.
It's such an annoying spot. Being boosted up there at the start, you get perfect overwatch. You can even see the feet crossing towards the right side of the doorway as well. And it's going to cause Flipside to maybe consider where their options are, because they have no control towards A. They have no one on long anymore. They don't have the drop towards the kind of ramp pushing up from mid, so now they're going to try and rotate. This is good. Now, World Edit finding one will keep him guessing. That's going to keep Spitty having to be relatively close. But it's down to Nico and Next pretty much to play this correctly. 40 seconds. And Shara's slow stepping in between both sides. He doesn't know where he wants to go at this point. They are going to commit towards B. Nico and Next better be ready. Next is pretty far out of this. Dennis finds World Edit. Markloff jumping straight through window. Spitty going to be doing the damage with Next, leaving just Shara alive, and his position's noted, and he gets shut down. Again, a little bit late in the day, and mousesports, if they get that man up to the good, they seem to play it so well.
We haven't seen Flipside actually try and press B via the normal routes yet as well. They haven't moved up on towards Catwalk. They haven't even really come down drop except for Markloff earlier on. And right there, Flipside left themselves open to an A wrap if they... Well, they did have just enough time, but it got completely derailed there. And Shara, a little bit slow on the shot there, just completely caught off by that one now. And again, mousesports go for a similar setup here. We'll see Flipside now approach mostly towards B. No utility whatsoever. So B side is going to be very, very difficult to penetrate. And as well, that it getting sent packing by Dennis.
And again, first kills coming in for mousesports. Really, really quite imperative at this point. Nico's found Shara, which is one back, but you know, Flipside have very little in this round, so it doesn't really matter. If Flipside get a plant, it'd be a miracle at this point. But again, I like this. Mousesports on their CT side are doing the right things in a way. They started to regain control when they needed to, which included these little bits of aggression here, there, and everywhere, but a little bit of waste on that. Kind of mistiming the smoke there, I think, Spitty. He's got a good idea where they are, though, and everyone's playing pretty far back. I like the spot from Nico, kind of watching the push out, if they do, watching the push through towards platform. And no one really pushing this. Good bait on the first jump out from Markloff, allows the rest to make the peak, and actually Bondik makes the most of that, finding Next. Again, good damage, Bondik. Hello, welcome to the server. Does do a fair crack at that one. Next and Nico get picked up, and the money's not phenomenal for the CT side yet. A couple of players are pretty low, so these are reinvestments that are actually quite costly at this point.
Blade, a bit of a slow start to this one here, and one thing we haven't really seen yet is a complete set play from Flipside on towards that B side now. Economy was pretty weird early on, and maybe only an assortment of grenades now, but they got the smokes to work this one. I'd like to see them try that one. They almost had success on that B hit earlier off the back of Bondik's aggressive Maverick pistol play through. But they spend a lot of utility on drop, fair enough, but then they don't do anything towards Catwalk here as well. And Chris J wants to try and catch any attempt to set something up. And he'll be looking straight at them here. The bomb's been left in halls, and that's Chris J. Shuts down Shara.
And actually, Chris J and Nico switching up here. I don't know if the spawns actually were better for one than the other, so they've swapped where they're playing. Nico's taking the AWP over towards A, and Chris J's playing it from B. Now, you can see a little bit of difference in style, and Nico and Dennis are going to double up on long. Bit more of a default almost from Flipside here. Nico's going to show his hand, so now they know there's a double up for grabs now. Whether Flipside can maybe punish that or find a way back in is yet to be seen, but Blade with a stunner catches out Nico. Traded off though, as we did have that double stack along, and the good swing out from Dennis. He deals with everything coming through his way. Now Flipside need to make their move. They've got 50 seconds. They may have a couple of steps here for free.
They have the utility at least to secure drop, but they're not going to spend anything on that right now. They know that Mouse are fairly split. They know that Chris J will still be watching any push on towards Catwalk here, and they're going to try and push out from drop room now as well. Bondik trying to keep Chris J busy. You see that flash coming in there as well. Chris J will be looking down that line for a little bit longer now. We'll be committed to that. So, I mean, Flipside get the 2v2. They essentially get the 2v1 if Chris J is going to be busy enough to start up on Catwalk there. He's going to take a shot. There's 27 seconds left in the round now. Markov and Bondik both have Molotovs, and there's a smoke between them, so they have enough to work with, and they're going to make the A-Rap here as well. They've got to get the kills on. Fortunately, it's as simple as that. Spitty's going to eventually catch up to Bondik in Connector, and now Markov will be surrounded in a few moments. He needs to push through one side of this pincer, and he does. He gets on towards Nex and Dennis, but he's going to go back now as well because the bomb was there. 7 seconds left, and Spitty wants to interrupt this. There should be a plant from Markov, to be fair. He's paved the way nicely, and now he's going to have to hold on. Chris J still watching Catwalk at B, and Spitty will peek balcony in a few moments.
I think Chris J just thought he didn't have time for a plant, or didn't have the... I don't know what was going on then, but he's got the AWP back now, and he's going to go for this play. As said, Markov, a bit of a veteran to this. He could do something with it, and are they both going to peek from the same angle? That could have been deadly! That could have been a perfect lineup, Mitch. That could have all been over before it started.
Chris J could have expected a boost back up drop, perhaps, over towards Catwalk, and that's a good way to sneak in if Chris J had already left there. So Spitty eventually going to defuse here. And mousesports again paying quite dearly for this round, but still maintaining both of those AWPs at the end of it there. You can see that Spitty was able to scavenge one up himself there as well. And they're going to go 2 rounds ahead here. Economy's starting to build. You can see the Flipside going to be buying into this one pretty much straight away. It's not going to be perfect. You can see World Edit with not a whole lot to work with. And again, you know, what are your thoughts on this, Lauren? If they're going to hit B cleanly, which they haven't really tried to do yet, do they really need all that utility? Is it worth going for it now when they're so strapped?
Yeah, you can't hit B without it, I feel. They need the mollies to clear out. Nico's been playing every single time close towards that platform. You've got Spitty towards drop. They don't actively play drop that long. They normally retract back in. And Nico's going to take the aggressive peek again. A switch in the mousesports defense, pulling again Nico back over towards B, this time with the AWP. So maybe that prior round was based off spawn. And here comes that utility you were talking about. The smokes come over. They cut off pieces of what mousesports can see, but still they can't find Nico. And Nico is going above and beyond, finding 2 insane kills after that first that got things rolling. And now Flipside are playing with merely 2. Left down to World Edit and Markov to pick up the pieces.
So they still end up going for B despite not having a heck of a lot of utility. They managed to put it to good use now, and Markov is going to even things up in a 2v2, but Spitty is going to get the better of that challenge there and leave World Edit on his own. He could smoke now out towards rocks, but no, Chris J is going to catch him before he even has a chance to set up. And that aggressive peeking from Chris J on the CT side, this time again paying dividends.
And look at the money on Chris J. This is nuts. He's got a bank of himself. You know when Flusher goes for like the UMPs for a whole game and stuff like that. It's now become Chris J being the bank instead. And this shot was ridiculous from
Smacked.
Nico. Absolutely nuts play from him. See, this is why I feel you still need a little bit more to take to that side. You look at Envy, their kind of final gambit is going for the double AWP. When Happy picks it up, you're like, okay, we pushed them pretty far, and then they lock it down normally. It can change, bearing in mind, but you know, that's their kind of final throw. But now seeing mousesports being so proficient at this, it's kind of sick, and Nico is such a ridiculous player. Markov's going to try and respond accordingly. Really nicely done with the Tech 9 there. Can't get the gun. There we go. He's picked it up now. So Nico's going to have to hold on to this because the rest of Flipside can actually overwhelm a couple of these players here by Connector.
Molotov there just to slow down Shara and Markov as they want to work out of drop, and these two before have managed to get egress through there. The problem is that they're eventually shut down. Invariably, it's going to be Nico again with another pick-off there. the AWP in his hands is hard to deal with. So yeah, like I said, Chris J sort of swapping it up a little bit there towards that B side, but at the time Nico holding it down like an absolute champ, and Dennis having a much better game this time around.
And I kind of have to feel here that Flipside do need to take control of that B platform somewhere at this point, because they're allowing Nico to take these fast picks, they're allowing Chris J to do it. You kind of need to get that going, whether it's a molly, whatever it is, you've got to take control of it.
Flash him off it.
Yeah, anything. At the moment, it's been always one pick coming through, and I wonder if Nico's going to do it again. Maybe a boost coming out, actually, yeah. They're going to boost at the back of the site. If we can watch Nico right now, that'd be really cool. Rush. Nico nailed it. Okay, so they're going to wait on the molly. That's actually nice from Flipside, so they're going to take the time in that. Now, that's going to leave Nico as a sole bastion here. They can easily now rotate everyone else over towards A, which they should start doing pretty damn fast. Spiddy's still actually caught here, so look at this play. Only 2 of the Mouse players seemingly aware of this at this point, but the bomb is yet to commit, Mitch.
Now, smoke on A, 2 in fact, and 1 to block Spiddy's movement forward as well. So not going to be a lot of information trickling towards mousesports right now. And Flipside now want to get up close and personal, or at least set themselves up nicely. It's flash straight in. Chris J has to back down towards the armoured car. And Blade as well will be heading up the ramp there. So he does manage to spot out on towards Dennis, who gives the ground up pretty much straight away now. Nico and Nex is slowly getting out of B here. Nico will probably stay for the time being. Next, though, will head in towards Connector probably in a few moments. So keep an eye on that. But Shara trying to get his way in here as well. Well did it. Hasn't opened things up yet. He's looking for a shot, but Shara forced back down. There's good stalling out here from mousesports. They've got the utility to do so. And there's a Molotov over in the direction of Bondic.
But Flipside have nothing left now. It's just down to guns. They got 1 flash on Shara. That's going to make it pretty hard here. Now, Markelov's going to test his luck over by the god that is Nico at the moment. And actually, Markelov wins it out. The god has been taken off his pedestal. And now Next needs to come back. Spiddy's going to start to be pulled back. This is great stuff from Shara and Markelov. They are making it count. Now here comes the flex on the other side. Finally making a brilliant play, Flipside. That's a beautiful round to watch. If you want to see how you make something almost work with limited utility and limited options. Good play from Markelov and Shara in the end. They get the bomb plant for long. Now they can set up for the cross. And it's going to be mousesports out of position and out of players to utilize this round.
I feel like that was pretty much one of the few options that Flipside had available to them. Say to Markelov, who was, I think, sat over in Hall, say, go just try and test Nico then. If you can take him down, we're at least going to even the odds now over at the A side if we have to push in without this utility. Flipside don't want to play ahead of Smokes here because obviously they keep getting caught up as they push in towards A. I mean, it's Chris J will catch them in underpass or someone on long. They need to set themselves up to get close with those Smokes in. There's no other choice. But they're going to get this round away here. Is Spiddy going to have to abscond with the AWP and try and keep that alive? And I really got to give it to Markelov there. Just the 1 kill, and it was towards Nico. Very, very important, though, as it allowed mousesports then to be spread like not enough butter over too much bread. Wee. And no one knows too much bread, Lauren. That's a lot of carbs.
You're talking to me about carbs, really? Yeah. Have you seen me recently? It's not a pretty picture, but Markelov 12-8. He's been playing actually really well, and he's been kind of like the solo B player and being a nuisance. Overall, it's not equated to too much, and people would argue this can be quite a T-sided map, so you've got to be hoping that they, if you're a Flipside fan, that is, that they actually do pick up a couple more rounds off the back of this. They've been getting relatively close, but now with the stabilization of the economy, Chris J still keeping them relatively well set. Spiddy going in on the UMP, full flusher style, and Markelov better work this out. He's been good at actually catching this guy off. Generally, it's been that kind of like ever-going battle, and I always like that on same spots when players have to kind of like work each other out every round. And a big stack towards B to start with from Mouse. They have 4 players cheated over here pretty early, and I'm not sure what gave that away. So Chris J's got to be pretty careful because there's 3 players now coming towards him. Bondic might flash through that smoke. I'm hoping he doesn't, as you've got Blade waiting in danger. But Shara's the one with the bomb, and that's still by B.
Now, Nico isn't actually set up on Catwalk here either. He's watching more towards drop, and will eventually head over towards the statue, but Flipside not able to take advantage of that. They weren't even bothering to sort of peek towards that. Now Nico resetting himself a little bit, getting in position, but he doesn't have a boost available to him here. So if this gets smoked out, he's going to struggle a little bit to have the impact he wants. Now Chris J gets the pick on towards Bondic, and he was in underpass, so that's an A pick. And now Nico going to have to back away as well. That's perfectly flashed out, but the freaking point-blank no-scope on towards Shara is going to get it done. Unfortunately, it's just the one as Markelov can pour through after him now. The bomb is loose, and there's no smoke covering it. So Welded has to come forward actually and try and help Markelov get there. Blade is cut down by Spiddy. There should be a plant here through the smoke. Ooh. All right.
Spiddy, please, no. No cheaterino. Spiddy's just spraying with that UMP. It's really not the best weapon at this sort of point. He's waiting on Chris J, basically buying time, flashing out so Chris J could maybe make a play towards either drop or come through platform. But the clock's ticking and only Spiddy has the kit. So Spiddy's going to get towards the site pretty darn close. Actually, perfectly played through the smoke there. Now down to the 1v1. Chris J has a kit. He has time. But will he find World Edit in the smoke? He's waiting it out! Chris J needed to hit that shot, and World Edit adjusts. And it'll be Flipside in the end with it all in their court. And bearing in mind a big kill coming through, there was Blade getting in between them. Chris J was still pushed up by A-Long. He snuck around the back, spotted out players, and it worked so well. So now 7-5, Flipside starting to get back into this. The money's not good for mousesports here. Again, they've done well before in pistols, but you'd assume that Flipside keep this ship nice and tight by this point,
Run of 6 rounds in a row for mousesports now being halted by Flipside, and like you said, it is not looking great fiscally for mousesports, just on these pistols. No real grenades. Just the one flash for Dennis here as well. And now Shara, well, who would have thought, has the freedom to work his way down on towards Catwalk here. It's been the first time that Flipside have had this option as well, and they can just wrap through as well. Most of mousesports are stacked up through the smoke, so Shara couldn't see them. Bit of a Molotov to slow up any sort of progress forward, but no kills for Flipside, and this is mousesports going to be getting quite close here. You can see next.
Oh, the counter boost then is really nice for Bondic.
Yeah. Gets back up on that tree box there as well, and you can see a lot of mousesports inside drop room now as well. Should be his peak of kills, but Chris J sends him packing pretty quickly. Still, Flipside get onto the site. They've still got 4 players. At bomb is about to go down, and it's just Chris J.
That's not going to go well, is it? And Flipside showing a different approach to being against a team who's on an eco. Last time they went for that slow A play. Actually got caught out pretty badly from it. So kind of glad to see them showing a bit of variety here and just going for that. All right, let's just bangarang it B, just hoon it in B. Now mousesports on 7-6. Still a decent enough CT side if they get this final round. It's not perfect, but then again, mousesports are meant to be a good T-sided team, so you'd assume that would kick in, right? But then overpass wasn't a pretty picture.
No. Blade's woken up a little bit here as well. He was 0-6, now 5-10. So doing his job, I like to think. It's definitely been important for Flipside now. Is Shara pressuring on towards Nico. There he takes him down. It's an important play to already have a lost for mousesports. And Flipside might be overconfident actually pressing on towards A now, knowing that Nico was put there and he's now down. And they are grouping up here. Chris J is only going to have Markelov to keep him busy right now. And well, if pass is anything to go by, Chris J might be quite satisfied with just looking at that one spot for a while here. But bomb is now being passed around. Markelov's been forced to just back off here. And Flipside, we think...
Chris saw him.
Yeah. Just a peek, as he's come very, very far forward here, but he may actually be rewarded for a blade just sitting on the other side, and he gets taken down. Sometimes fortune does favour the bold, and now be Markelov with not much health there over on the B side. So it definitely has to be an A pressure here from Flipside, and this is going to work out because Nexus already started to rotate to B to try and help out Chris J. So despite Markelov going down, it's going to be a quick rotate back towards A from mousesports. Dennis has got himself in halls here, but he's not going to get any info.
Flipside are walking the site right now. They have no idea that... mousesports are so, like, where are these guys?
Nex has so much time to get back here. Oh, my.
You should probably hit that shot, you'd assume. Flipside just slow walked it towards A. With mousesports having 4 players alive, that's kind of baffling. Now the volley's going to slow them down. That could burn some people alive, and actually it does do just that. And now World Edit closes down towards Nex. This is a ridiculous round, Mitch.
Now Chris J got a peek out, and Shara hits the deck. It's back and forth stuff here, but World Edit's still standing. He's just behind Wooden, but the bomb is ticking away, and mousesports do not have the time to waste in getting there. It's going to be Spitty to get across, as does Chris J, but World Edit will shut him down now. There's another shot to land. A nade comes in as well. That's going to chuck Spitty right down. Somehow World Edit didn't hit that one. Somehow Spitty gets the kill back towards Bonnie. He's going to defuse this one. World Edit has to come forward. He just gets the stop on that one. And Flipside bring it back 7-6. Reminiscent of their first half, actually on overpass here. They're bringing it very, very close, and now mousesports in the last round have not a lot to work with.
Can we just discuss the fact that Flipside again just walked long without being spotted?
Well, it's a bit confusing, really, isn't it? Because I'd like to think that they gain enough information from being pushed by mousesports in towards halls. They knew Chris J was sat on Catwalk.
Because who was it from Mouse who walked all the way around? I'm feeling it's like Dennis.
Dennis was in halls.
That's kind of like, you're like, guys, it's clear, don't worry, just go B.
And yet Flipside still got that one despite the amount of time they lost slowly working out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of these games. And now Flipside, last time they knew they were against a clean eco, they went B, but this is not clean. This is one of those buys where you're not sure what you're coming up against.
Eco.
A dirty, dirty eco. Not sure what the action is. That was like Alex's and Vendetta smashing from yesterday, and that's a smashing kill for a Spitty already finding Markelov. I'm not sure if they can recover that gun. I don't know if it dropped over the edge. No, it hasn't. It's just on the edge there, and Bondic's going to try and keep precious hands towards that, but Nico punishes it, and now Spitty on a nice little cheeky angle here.
You couldn't make this up, really. Now, Flipside working with 3 players over towards this. Forced for mousesports here and Spitty around the corner. Going to get a decent amount of damage done, though. So even having died, Shara's only got 4 points of health left. And the rest of Mouse are congregating. But Blade gets the drop on Nico, literally. Now he's going to make his way over towards that side of the smoke towards his right. It's going to make it harder for Next to actually see what's going on here. And he's only got the MP7 to work at range. But he comes forward, gets aggressive, and it pays off. Blade goes down, now with the AK in his hands. Next, looking over towards Connector. No one sat there, though, but Dennis coming in. Shara falls down. Now Welded has to defend himself, and mousesports turn it around.
What is this game, Mitch? What is life?
I really don't know.
No.
I like that aggressive push from Next, though. Props to you, my friend. That was good.
It went really well. All right, so now we get to see is the Mouse T side? Was it just a flash in the pan? Was it just a little, a little bubble of brilliance, or can it actually be sustained? This is what I want to see. Because actually, the one thing that I'm really excited for, speaking of T sides, is Train coming up, and that being the fact that Na'Vi actually, I was looking into it because I always started harping on about Na'Vi's T-side on Train, right? They're kind of late when they're playing Train. It's on topic to a degree. They actually have a higher round win rate on their T-side than they do CT on Train, which is a little uncommon, I guess, because when everyone thinks of Train, historically, it's quite a CT-sided map. No, it's not quite your nukes. It's not quite that sort of extent, but it is definitely regarded as a CT-sided map. But yeah, Na'Vi's play on that has been ridiculous on the T-side. It's been consistent. Now, again, I look at Mouse. Can they make this a consistent thing with these ridiculous turnarounds and comebacks? Because it was so strong on one side. I feel as though this may not be something you can keep up, but it should be a nice way for them to buffer themselves out. If they just get strong T-sides, that's great overall, but I'm just not sure if they can actually get that done.
We've always got to back it up as well with some immobile CT sides here as well. So let's see what Flipside can put down. mousesports floundered, I feel like, in that last game on their overpass CT.
And my eyes go to Shara this game as well, because he's gonna if they're playing where they used to. Shara used to play waiting on platform. Actually, different this time. It used to be Bondic by drop, and actually look at mousesports straight out. This is really aggressive, Mitch. They are going straight onto these guys, and already Bondic's found 2. Cut off the play through drop, leaving the last 3 through plat, and Flipside know exactly what's coming their way now, adjusting well, but the kills are coming in for mousesports.
Yeah, they're turning this one around quite nicely. Chris J's already got himself onto the statue, so they've been able to get in between Flipside and the bomb site. That's a very good start, as Dennis will await for a push across to the left, and Chris J will do well to just take his time. Now, Dennis can do a lot of damage here from Catwalk, and Shara barely stood a chance. He's quickly neutralised and well challenge here, gets the head of Chris J, now the 1v1. But no kit. Gonna have to pressure Chris. He's got no, Dennis, sorry, he's got no other option here, but he shows his back, and that could be dangerous, but still gets a reprieve. He's able to come forward. That's a lot of damage at close range. Well, just trying to work around the box, and he does get one more bullet in towards Dennis, and gonna try for this defuse. I think he's got the time.
Should do. Yeah. I was quite close, to be fair, close than I thought. But the weird thing is in this round, right? Bondic cut off what could be a real nuisance, the 2 players coming through drop. So smashes them down. And then your instant thought is, okay, what are the other 3? And you're already hearing the steps towards platform, but then the remaining players of Flipside couldn't handle it. I don't know how that happens, because normally you'd have like such an instant focus towards it, but of course Mouse are a very good pistol team. They're not exactly any slouches on that. You look at the Deagle Master himself, Nico, but again, good start for Flipside. If they pick up this round following, you're going to start looking at quite an impressive scoreline very early on. So for me, Flipside need to make sure they don't start hemorrhaging at this point. And there we go. This is a more standard, I guess, stance. Bonding by drop. This is what I expected to see. A little confused when Shara was there last time. He's back to where I expect, and now we're going to see the same again. Blade playing close. Good connection from Chris Jane there, but can't convert it to a kill.
2 Deagles still available for mousesports here as well. One for Next, one for Dennis. Bondic will take care of Spitty. And mousesports look to be just congregating here towards drop room as well. Dennis would love to catch someone through, but Markeloff with the FAMS to the head. He's going to take him down, and now it's Next, all on his own. And that bomb just outside of drop room there as well. It's a long walk back for the man himself. And it's going to be a slow one as well. It's going to be Shara sitting back behind the statue, and Markeloff off towards the side there as well. Next picks Shara's head off, though. Nicely done. Still a long way to go to get towards that bomb here at this stage. A boost back up actually in towards drop there. So Hall's under control of Flipside. They can make a multi-pronged retake push towards this site here. If Next was even lucky enough to get the bomb.
And I want to see CT aggression from Flipside. I really do. And I like the kind of start of it now by being aggressive and playing around the bomb. Like, The thing is that Nex is in a really weird spot, I guess, in the way he kind of like snuck himself through early. And he does have the UMP, but he wants the deagle. He wants to get the 1D because he just wants to get the job done. Gonna switch up to it, try and peek in towards drop, but now everyone knows where he is. And he does get one. He better hit the 1D. Not gonna get it. There we go. Markov punishes and good counter boosting there from Flipside, ensuring they are very safe on that bomb. And now Mouse's money's okay. They can buy up. Not a brilliant utility. Probably not gonna get an AWP right now. Unless Nex... Nah, Nex isn't that generous. He's going to keep it all for himself. Now Chris J goes for the what?
Yep, the SG. Saw it yesterday. I think it was Dennis from Fnatic actually picked it up, so... I don't know. The thing. The bulldozer as well. Brilliant.
At least you got a nice skin on it, right? You know? I guess there's like some silver lining. I don't know how that gun's going to work here. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
like
Dennis used it when his team was ahead. And mousesports actually find themselves in a fairly pivotal round here. Now, they're not cheap, these guns, Lauren. You know, Chris J could have gone for an AK quite happily. We'll see what he intends to do.
I just want to watch it now. It's, you know, it's
mesmerizing
it's
the way
allowing
that
Alex
ACOG bobs.
Yeah, Alex will at least feel comfortable. You know, he's like, I've missed, you know, sights and dots and...
Sights and dots.
Yeah, so he's really pleased now. He'll rekindle the romance.
There's no kill streaks, though, unfortunately. So
you never know. Maybe they've just been hidden. It's like an Easter egg, and then you can get like a UAV, and it just like shows everyone's position on the map. Imagine how great that would be, Mitch.
That would be really great,
Or like
Lauren.
a lightning strike, where they call lightning
Volvo,
storm.
please.
Don't say that, because I have worrying conversations with them sometimes. It's just like, no. But mousesports this round are losing out on Nico, so that's going to be a big loss already, and all the players are postured towards hitting this A site, and late rotates are going to be very late at this point, so it looks like a dedicated hit. Dennis still pushed, Wild Edit being pushed so close, could have been a problem, but no. Next just seems to manage to get past that. Now Chris J with that SG, looking deadly, looking ready to 360 no-scope someone, and Spiddy's going to find it, and all his teammates just stealing his kills. This is unbelievable. Why will they not allow the SG to shine in all its glory?
Yeah, he might just have a chance now, as we do have the
Please.
last two Flipside players are actually going to have to work in this direction.
Do it.
And
Nice!
Chris J just around the corner. To be fair, Shara just got completely mowed down there. Bulldozed it even.
Hey.
Through the door as well. Chris J just showing off the fantastic penetration power of his weapon, and it's Mark Loft to go down. Chris,
the next big thing.
Finally gets himself a couple kills, and mousesports bring it back there as well. Yeah, the investment, of course, is justified, but in towards the SG, I'm not sure about it.
No, it's ingenious.
Maybe mousesports don't want to play with an AWP here on the T side. We'll have to see.
Well, it's got a scope.
Why else would Chris J spend that cash on this gun? That's the real question.
Well, the thing is, in certain spots it's kind of awkward because you can sit there and just use like the dot to hit the first shot, and it's actually not. The thing is, theory crafting wise, it's actually not a bad gun. But that's theory crafting, right? It's if you just sit there and look at the numbers and then kind of you don't look at the practicality of it all, it never really applies. But it's actually not a bad gun in that aspect. It's just like why. But yeah, anyway, off that topic, we can just see if Chris J can find any more dirty kills. As Flipside have no money here, they're kind of money screwed. So down to the CZ and Deagle, one for Blade, one for Bondic. And this should be a clean round for Mouse for their sakes. They want to get a clean round, they want to get some money building up. They want that T side to stay deadly in the minds of opponents. As actually, they do lose out on a rifle that's going to be recovered by Flipside. So that's probably Shara out of the running. Just like, screw it, I just want to keep this.
Yeah, I mean, economy is going to be really important for mousesports here as well. They want to, you know, enable themselves to stand up if anything does go wrong here. You know, Flipside get broken straight away there on their economy after that rather interesting round, as mousesports were able to inflict multiple casualties now. And Chris J thinks about planning, actually decides he wants to get more SG time. He will put it down, as well as Bondic and Shara actually back away. Because, I mean, Shara has an M4. Bondic will want to hang on to the CZ as well. So they're just going to head over and just have a cordial discourse about how they might take this game back.
A what?
Cordial discourse.
Oh, cordial is something you put in drink.
Nah, cordial. Cordial is polite. Discourse is obviously been conversation. I want some cordial right now, man. Holy. Fruit cup.
Fruit cup. That's the weirdest thing you've said in a while. Fruit cup.
Fruit cup cordial. That's the stuff, man. Hot days in Australia, 44 degrees on average. You just drink
See, that's
so much
where
cordial.
humans aren't meant to live, Mitch. That's the point. When it's that hot, you're not meant to be there. We're not built for it.
We're forged in the fires of the outback, mate. It's all right.
Yeah, and you made your way to Germany. Well done.
Mate, the difference is quite striking. I'll give you the big tip, especially when I came to Poland from Australia. It's 45 degrees. Poland was minus 19. I'm like, what is this way?
What is this weather? What is it? I've never seen this white. weird place before, and it's just filled with snow. I remember, was it your first time ever seeing snow? Was that in Poland?
That was Poland, yeah.
Yeah.
But you see me coming to the office now, even on a warm day in Germany, I've got a scarf, I've got 2 jackets, and I've got like my
compete.
Russian fur hat on. Like it's just too cold.
Oh,
here.
what are the Russian hats called? Oh, my brain.
That sounded really.
Ushanka, there you go.
Okay, there you go. I didn't know that. It was an impulse buy. I woke up one night at 2 a.m., said I really want one of these hats, and I got one. And
They
it's
are
been
pretty
fantastic.
cool. And Nico's actually not done what Nico does best, and actually he's very, very good at opening that site normally. Again, I like the boost towards Markelov going up towards the cube. They did it not too long ago. Flipside often put him there into that position. And then you see Shara playing towards platform, as said earlier, and then you'll get Bondic towards drop. And it's actually a really nice setup. But it's now down to Blade and Wild Edit probably to find out that actually it's probably coming towards A here. And Christian has the God Gun still. And I can't wait to see this get kills. Because you've got to be annoyed internally when this is getting kills.
Yeah, that's how to get in your opponent's head. Just tilt the heck out of him. It tilts me when I see someone use it in MM. But that's just me. It's going to be Chris J, though, working down. Dennis out in front here as well. In a position to get a refrag, but Flipside are not really that aggressive CT-sided team. You've said it already. You'd like to see them do it, but right now, they're sat well back. You can see where Blade and World Edit are sitting. No one even remotely close to danger here as well. So, you know, on one side, it's kind of SK-esque. They're not giving away anything for free. The other side, it does mean they can be overrun quickly if they're not ready for it. So Chris J will be the spearhead here with his absolute perler of a weapon. And there's a bit of smoke up there as well. So he's just going to Molotov the area that isn't smoked. Hope it does something nice. That's Wild Edit, though, getting the shot across towards Dennis. And Chris J is in the mix. The SG comes out on top. It is the real thing. The new hotness is Chris J, and he's showing it off for all of us now as well. He'll probably be caught here from Connector. And he will be. It's Markelov to take him down. And mousesports just stumbled the last hurdle trying to make it to A.
I love that to not be a misbuy as well, and he goes straight back to it. Like, rather than dropping anyone out, like, I'll just drop you an SG. And that's it. Why are we not watching Chris J right now, huh?
He got an AK.
Huh? Shh. Drop someone an SG, Chris. No, you didn't. It's upsetting.
He could have bought himself an AWP there as well, so...
He had to drop over to, I think, Nico,
yeah.
maybe.
Right. No, I'm trying to figure out whether he just doesn't want to play one here or...
Well, actually, when Gobby was in the team, he actually didn't AWP that much.
Yeah.
And it was actually something that me and Henry discussed during, I think it was the Katowice qualifiers or Cologne qualifiers, and we were like, I'm not sure if we like this. And actually, I think they lost their qualification to Cologne. Oh, Nico, hello.
Oh, God.
Just gets spotted out. But yeah, I think they lost one of the qualifiers towards Cologne, and we were discussing why they don't allow Chris J to AWP. But it seems that even though Gobby's not in the team, they've actually not gone back to that too much. And now Chris J, extremely diligent with the rifle, no question there, but it'd be a great addition to what mousesports are trying to do here. Because Flipside, if they keep this a clean round, they're going to start looking like they're in a better shape here. Now, predicting Spitty may have gone in towards drop, but Dennis has snuck himself through. He might get an angle here, and he does. He finds the perfect spot to take down Shara. A little bit paranoid about someone hiding behind that tree, playing a little bit of peekaboo. Good Molly, going to force out maybe Markelov there, but no, actually goes a little off stray. Markelov is able to watch this, but no one is paying him any attention.
No, Dennis is having a free run of this right now. It seems like all the Flipside are concerned about Spitty or whoever was in drop at the time. Markelov, though, will fall down, and Bondic is pretty darn low himself. Now, Blade only has a FAMAS, and there's just a flash to work with here, so looking good for mousesports, to be honest, pressing forward now. Spitty just needs to not get caught by Blade. He comes out, he gets the challenge, he gets him down. It's going to be traded in by Bondic with just 16 points of health. At least has the element of surprise on his side. And now Dennis will plant from behind a statue and take the 1v1 here.
Was that a 2v4? I'm going to come back to that in a sec, because Dennis has the better health. And I think he might have a good idea where Bondic was.
He should do. It should have been calmed across.
Dennis? Dennis, don't. What are you doing, Dennis? What the hell was that? What?
I thought he knew. I thought Spitty would have calmed where he was. I guess he didn't see him peek out from the rock because he was still too busy looking at Connector. Maybe Spitty just didn't see him. That's quite astonishing,
That round
really.
is just weird as hell, because one, Flipside almost lose a ridiculous advantage situation then, which was maybe a 4v2. I'm not sure if it was a 3v2. It could be I think maybe a 3v2. But then mousesports just, I don't know, have an aneurysm.
I don't know. No, I really don't know what that was about.
He's hurt my brain.
The only thing I could probably suggest is that Spitty didn't realise that, I think Bondic was sat where he was. So, fair enough. We'll let bygones be bygones now and move forward. But mousesports have to be careful as they're losing rounds now. They're bleeding it out. It's Markelov getting 2 as it was an attempted press out on towards Catwalk. And then even get the 3rd. No, next are going to shut him down there. I pulled a D-man there, getting ahead of myself. But Shara, grenade, back away. That's what he does. He does that all the time. He says he's going to get the kill and they don't. It's fine. That's okay. It's fine.
There's a lot of other things. All right. that I'm not gonna go into.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Just trying to outdo me on that one. All right.
I'd never do that. I'm well behaved. I never say anything bad on air. You know, I don't swear. I don't, say sexist comments
Don't ask
every
to
single
pay
game.
or-
No.
Never happens. That one.
Mm-mm.
Never say the S word as well.
No, it's only the one with B that he goes to.
Oh God. No.
Help me, feminists. Help me.
Just no.
All right, Markelov is up on said cube, and we having the keen eye of Overwatch, and he's got to be big here. It looks like we're going to see the default kind of like smoke over, molly over, set play towards B, and that's what I assume is going their way. They are lining up for it. No one's gone up towards platform for Flipside, and I'd like Rush to do that lovely little overview where we could see the smokes coming down. He seemingly missed the timing for it. I hope he doesn't do it now. And now he does it at the worst time, because now Markelov should be the one getting these kills, but it's going to be Bondic actually picking up the pieces, finding Speedy there. Markelov's backed away from this, and he's going to try and sneak his way through the smoke, and I wonder if mousesports are aware that this could be a possibility. Chris J's going to fly around on the side, try and Superman himself into this, and Dennis pushes through. This is so messy right now. But World Edit finally calms it down and keeps it in the favour of World Edit.
Maybe not. The Next is turning it around. He gets 2 kills, and it's just Blade left. He does manage to trade it in, but Nico has to get towards B now. The bomb is dropped on the forward side of that statue, and Blade hoping to cut Nico off as he crosses here, heading into drop room. And he will get a glimpse of him as he does push across there. Nico been spotted. Not perturbed, though. That's the word. He's going to push across towards the bombies, but Blade gets the spray down. Next almost turned that one right around. It was almost a done thing. Blade hanging on there. And this is great from Flipside here. 13-10. The economy of mousesports looking pretty average. And they're going to get themselves probably another round on the top of this one here as well. Bonding, another great game from him, but this time it's much more of a team effort, I have to say it. Great little closing moments there as well from Blade. Brilliant stuff.
I'm actually surprised that Markelov had the really kind of like good foresight to like not overstay his welcome on that cube area and kind of like back away and play a little differently. That's pretty cool. And again, Flipside dealing with it well. That was such a messy round, but now look at the pace coming out from mousesports, just flooding through by drop, getting out by window, and Nico's actually gone free here. He's got a little bit of a chance to move, and he's going to punish one. That was Bondic, who was trying to give chase, but finally shut out by Markelov. And there's a couple of guns loose here, but none close to where mousesports are currently looking. They're going for that slow, sneaky play towards A, and they might have a chance at it, as one's got himself through by that wooden kind of wall. And there we go. Dennis is going to get the drop. Does get one. He got kind of like outflanked last time, and now you can see it's on the other foot. And mousesports making this a ridiculous round. Now it's Shara to pick up everything that was just dropped to the floor. And actually, this nade could hurt. Doesn't quite catch as well as it could have, but Shara will save the round. But again, what are these rounds, Mitch? They're insane.
Not around that Flipside should ever really have lost here as well. And this actually hurts their economy quite a lot. Sure, they're going to win the round, but it actually won't be that great a buy. Mousesports, though, can buy up on the back of this one.
Shara is so confused as to where the AWP is.
Shara, please.
He found it. It's okay. It'd be hilarious if he missed the defuse time because of that. It would actually make me internally giggle far too much.
Internally giggle? Did you see us yesterday? My God, Forrest put us right on kill. But there's the round at least, and yeah. Rifles. I wanted to get himself an AWP, so it's actually not nearly as bad as I thought, and Blade with a bit. So the only thing that may be lacking is mildly lacking utility, but mousesports get the full buy here. And this is it. Important round for them, probably the most important one of this series. It's Chris J with the AWP, so he's actually picked it up now.
This is exciting.
I'm brimming with it. Excitement, that is.
Please be specific, Mitch. It gets me very confused. But again, mousesports is the first time we're seeing actually a really dedicated B hit in this sort of stance with players towards drop rather than that standard smoke out towards B platform, I guess. So Nico's going to be looking for the opener. Bondic's been playing relatively passive towards that side room, even not further out, sometimes around the corner, just watching the push. Shara's actually in a good little spot as well, just holding the push through as well, not actively peeking platform. That's pretty down to Markelov here. And there we go. Bondic with a great connection towards one. He even weakens the second. And Shara and Markelov, the duo of doom, coming alive in this. Chris J did find a little bit of something towards World Edit, but it's not enough to slow them down. And this is Flipside getting to 15 rounds. They are on map point. They won the first series. And I thought there was a good chance here, but not to this degree.
Shara often being used as a plug, literally, to go towards the main thoroughfares onto these sites and just try and hold people back. 3 kills for him that round. That's kind of what he's struggled to do a little bit more on Overpass, if you think about his position on that B site there. But he's got it done now really, really nicely. mousesports, they're going to be able to force into this one again. They can buy up. Spitty doesn't have much to work with here. And we're going to see now Flipside try to close things out. 16-10, wouldn't that be a total for them? Nico, though, does descend into drop room. Only 1 point of health taken off him by that grenade, but there's going to be another one that follows in, and he's now got 1 point left. Very lucky to be alive right now, and has to be super patient. Shara going to go in for cleanup duty here as well. Just a spray bullet. A puff of wind would knock Nico over, and he does get it done now. It's a 4v4. But mousesports looking to be opting for the A side here. It's going to be Blade actually, uncharacteristically for Flipside, pressed quite far forward there towards danger. And there's a smoke now as well in towards underpass. So Blade going to Molotov that one away to stall this one out. Markelov has time to prepare for this one. But Blade essentially going to be on his own for a little bit here. And it looks like Chris J might be sent to try and deal with Blade off towards his left. So smoke is up for Blade. And Chris J can't catch him through the smoke as he does push through. Timing in the favour there of Blade. And mousesports making no real progress here. Just getting a little bit closer. Do still have 2 smokes to work with.
Chris J looks so adamant that he wants to get this play towards A. The flashes, the commitment to it, the way he's peeking in from long, and there is going to be a long hit coming out so far. Blade's going to be the one waiting ever so patiently. He takes a bit of a risky peek up and over, but it's Shara who gets found at this point. And now 3 players remain. One being Markelov is doing the heavy lifting, though. Going to do some damage. There's Blade trying to get to the connection. Dennis hits it better. And actually, Dennis gets the lineup. Markelov just goes sitting into place for them. Says, hey, get back into this game. We'd really like a closer one.
Man, it's a bit of a shooting gallery for Dennis there as well. Able to get 3 kills back, and World Edit has to get out because obviously after winning that last round, it's still not worth it for World Edit to be losing out on that weapon there as well. mousesports keep their hopes alive. Now, to be fair, they did something quite similar on the earlier map. It was 16-12, if you remember, in the favour of Flipside.
Can I just say something, though?
You may.
Now, Virtus Pro are on 2-14, right?
Yes.
Flipside are going to be on 2-6 after this.
Yes.
So, Virtus Pro might be
Auto-relegated.
out of the Pro League.
Well, they don't have that many more games to play to actually get themselves off this spot. And then Flipside, you know, I mean, I would favour Flipside going into games against SK. Obviously, mousesports already playing well against. They've got Dignitas at some point to deal with here. I wouldn't be running Flipside out, and I'd be getting very, very nervous if I was Virtus Pro right now.
Yeah, how worrying is that?
Even
nuts.
Oh god, it was Pasha posting a very, very sad tweet.
Oh,
saying,
like, I'm gonna
yeah,
get
he said,
kicked.
buy my sticker up before I get kicked from my team. I was
Yeah,
like,
but that's
come
like
on.
they're really like pretty chill. He was
Puppy,
going, I
please.
look so ugly today. God, guys. That kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Mitch, you're the guy who comes in like, don't worry, you look so beautiful today.
I actually have my white helmet and armor hung up in the other room right now, so can't really bother putting it on. Had to replume the feathers on the helmet, so I'm going to leave that for now. But
Such a pretty
I do
white
love
light.
a bit of Pasha. So it's a shame to see him sad, but there's definitely some changes that need to be made there.
So who's bigger, you or Pasha, like gains-wise?
Pasha's massive.
Yeah?
He's not. I'm not even remotely close, so
No?
I can accept that quite happily. But he's doing CrossFit lately as well, so I'm probably going to catch up. If you know what I mean.
You can tell him that. I'm not even going near the top.
Shout out to the CrossFit community.
Alright, Nico's going to make light work of Bondic. I like the boost, though, the idea from putting World Edit there, trying to get the information early, but it's really not come to much. But then again, if you see Nico on one side of the map, maybe you assume mousesports are elsewhere. So actually, this could be a really good bit of intuition play from World Edit. Like, I'll just wait and see how this happens. But Nico's got room to work, which is also kind of scary. But again, it's down to the rest of the mouse just to pull this one through. They shouldn't be losing games like this, or rounds like this.
Nico does get the pick. Traded in. Shara with a P250 takes him out there. Not ideal. And again, so much of mousesports' hopes seem to hinge on whether Nico's playing well, and he's not. In fact, he's at the bottom of the scoreboard right now. So not a great game for him. Those Chivapchichis must be giving him some indigestion. But now Shara is going to be over on that B side as well. So 8 planning for mousesports. They get 12 rounds. Just as they did that last game, but eventually Flipside put an end to the nonsense here. Obviously, the save here, as you can see, is going to allow Flipside to buy up a little bit in the next round. But conversely, mousesports not suffering many casualties at all here, so that's comforting for them, and also very, very important money-wise here to keep them topped up, especially in these last very, very, very crucial rounds. They don't want to be leaving anything up to chance or being forced to, eco or those crazy things like saving. I want to avoid it.
Shara gets it. He should be able to keep hold of that rifle now. No one else is that close by. Which actually could be worthwhile. How much money was Shara on? He's actually on a fair bit of money now, so he could drop that over to someone and they could go for something with this, or... let's see how he does this. Yeah, they are going to go for the pause. So pause comes out. Not sure if this is mouse or Flipside. Again, you don't... It's
Probably mouse, because they've just been able to buy up properly here. So, well, I mean, last round they did as well.
Yeah.
But rebuy. Probably think, all right, guys, no getting killed by P250s. Again.
Again, yeah.
And you'll note here as well that it's not an ideal financial situation here for F3. It is going to be a mousesports tack pause, has been confirmed. So. Barrel rolls rush, do it now.
Surely he's worked it out, right? Like,
yeah, nice. Oh, he's doing the game.
what is
We're going
this?
to do the game.
By the way, he's not quite smooth enough yet to. Oh.
I'd hate to see him
Why
play.
do we
I'd hate
pay
to see
this
him play
guy?
racing games. Really.
No. Guys at home, if you would like to rate our observer right now on a scale of steel and rush, I guess. But yeah, do give feedback to our observer at the moment. Yeah, no, YNK's like top tier, you know, like I don't know. I'm a bit worried though. Anyone who seems to like be in like
nice, that's right.
a observer has made their way to the analysis desk. That was horrible. I pray to God we never put Rush on an analysis desk. Can you imagine that?
Well, he had to buy a new hoodie first of all.
Yeah, true. He does have the one hoodie from H&M so far.
Yeah.
He's loving it though. He's having a good time.
He's got two. He's got two hoodies. No, you're right. He's wearing a black one today. He wore a black one
Yes.
yesterday. So
Yeah.
yeah. No, he bought his new grey one yesterday.
Would you like some stories about Rush, people in chat?
Got
If
the
you'd
same-
like to, press 1. See, it's like he doesn't like it now that the shoe's on the other foot.
Two.
I'll keep it in stock for now. If you'd like to tweet at me Russian Uber shouts,
I definitely would like to be in on that.
do let us know if you'd like to hear some Rushly stories. I have aplenty.
Well known in the truck simulator scene as well.
Oh yes, quite the fiend. Also known in the Takistani life. Big.
The what?
You don't know he plays life mods?
Oh God.
Yeah.
The Second Life? Was it because we were playing that the other day?
We
in the
don't know.
office? Okay.
Just your face.
Okay.
All right. If you would like some Rushly anecdotes, do let us know on Twitter at UberShouts for Mitch, at They Call Me Pansy for me, and at Rushly123456. And we will actually, give away all the secrets because he can't actually talk back. But for now, the game is live. And Pliz will not save you. 15-12, mousesports back in the buy, and this is the buy coming in from Flipside. Not the ideal one, bearing in mind that World Edit does not have the AWP. They are not completely flush with your utility and such, so this could be a little bit weaker than maybe they'd hope. And again, standard beginning to this Nico over towards B, 4 towards any other part of the map.
Important round here for mousesports. We'll be putting it lightly, I feel. Is Blade now going to come out of danger? And Spitty, you smart, you loyal, gets past Blade and now going to make his way on towards A. That's an important little opener here. World Edit going to be kept out by Smoke, and you can see a little bit of a cheeky jump by Nex is going to yield the result. World Edit falls in a very unlikely little trade there. Mousesports going to be able to go straight towards this A side, and Flip side thinking, all right, boys, we're going to have 3-gun save here because they were forced into buying. And look at, they don't have much to work with here as well. So, my God, great stuff by mousesports there. Good opener, losing no one here, which is fantastic for the bank.
Yeah, that's sick for them. They're going to get that really nice economy building up. They don't really need to worry about it too much anymore. But Mouse, will they? How much do they have? Sorry, I'm not keeping track of this too well. They could hunt down maybe like 1 or 2, and it'd be actually worthwhile. But again, that's why Nex and Nico are going hunting, and Dennis, Chris J, and Spitty are playing really safe. So yeah, 2 players can pretty much go for this, and it'd be worth it for the overall money. And Nex looking in, he knows they're in here. Pop flash through, but there's going to be one above, and he actually did flash up Markov perfectly too. But
Bondic turned it though.
Yeah, so there we go. They will be able to retain those. Now there's 4K on World Edit. I don't know what they're going to buy here.
I don't know, Blade gets a dig or something. Let's see. Oh, Famous Buy is a possibility, yeah.
Yeah,
Markov brought that one up and gave it over. So actually not bad, really, for
it's
Flipside.
fine. He'll do the job. And that's impressive they kept hold of those rifles then, because otherwise they'd be kind of screwed. So, back into this World Edit. Gonna be pushing down by mid. You got kind of Blade pushing up by long. And a very passive start for Chris J, very, very far back, waiting to see if there's a little bit of aggression coming through from Flipside to try and kind of turn the tables into what could be one of the final rounds here.
Nico to test here, or at least to try and keep a couple of Flipside players occupied. And, so far so good, really. It's actually backing all the way into halls now. It might be a fast A from here on out, although I shudder to think that mousesports would press so quickly. You can see it's just about Next now as well. He's inside that danger towards halls. Not danger, what am I talking about? He's in halls. All right, Mitch, get it together. World Edit doesn't see Nico in towards drop now as well. We hear the shots coming down. There probably won't be too much pressure there at all now as mousesports just poking and prodding here and trying to find a safe entry route.
This is the thing though, mousesports have been doing the 4-1 split and it's been working, right? Now they're doing something different, and this mildly terrifies me. Shara's up on platform. They've got Bondic
You'd
and
be
Mark
mildly terrified.
just right in the middle. Two extremes, right in the middle. I am worried. There you go. However, the point being that this could fall apart really quickly, considering they've been very, very good at doing the other side of things. Now here we go. Bondic's going to cut off one of the approaches. That means that Nico's gone. Well done. It's found Dennis. It's back and forth trading. And Speedy's not that quick on the trigger, meaning that Chris J can be heard, can be found. And the player on the rotate being Spitty has just been heard. Well done. It turns. He knows what's coming, and he's going to get it. This is unbelievable. mousesports try and switch it up on a dime, and they've been punished for it. Markelov closes out, and that is 2 wins now for Flipside tonight.
Cannot believe that. The last round, mousesports looked like they were actually opening up fairly well there. They tried to go for something completely different, though, midway through the round. Chris J with nothing but a Tech 9 and 8 points of health at the end there just gets completely shut down there. Bizarre scenes. mousesports bringing it back so close.
I don't know. I really don't know how that happens. They worked out what was working. mousesports, they were like, okay, this is our play, but okay, one of the final rounds we need. Let's try something different, guys. I don't know. It's a bit unfortunate for them because they got so close, and that T side still looked good, but just not good enough. And again, you saw good performances throughout the map, just cutting off those approaches for mousesports, and it made it extremely hard for them.
Well, this win puts, I'm pretty sure it puts Flipside up into 11th place now as well, because the round difference from Virtus Pro would be shocking.
Yeah, their round difference is minus 94.
Yeah, so there you go, off the bottom of the ladder there. Great return for Flipside. Now let's pass it over the desk and see if they can give us any more of those nuggets of truth.
Well, that's 2 wins then today. Flipside getting off the starting mark and then some. Unfortunately, guys, due to the initial time constraints that we want to try and keep this on schedule, we're already 20 minutes over schedule due to, well, close games and mousesports deciding that they have to finish that practice.
I guess they probably should have had 1 extra practice.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe that practice didn't really kind of pay off.
That's the weird thing. Overpass started off great, did a really good job of disrupting Flipside, getting into their sets on their T side, right? Yeah. Here, it's kind of the similar deal, just opposite sides. Mouse do a good job of being interruptive or intrusive for the better part of the first half.
Which you were worried about.
Yeah, exactly, because if you let Flipside setup do the exact same thing over and over again, you're never really going to be sure of what they're actually executing towards, if it's going to be a fake, if it's going to be B or mid to B split, all that kind of stuff. So they do a good job of that initially, and then it all starts falling apart. Yeah. And
SGs
we didn't see
get bought.
SGs get bought. Yeah, no, that obviously that's not the reason why they're losing their T sides, but their T side wasn't too impressive. And again, it's a static mouse field. And the sad part is, it's what Lauren said. As soon as they actually find their groove and find something that's working for the most important round of the entire game, they decide to do something that they haven't had success with. So instead of just working with that's why SK did so well versus G2 on their T side, right? Versus Cash. They found a hole. It's working. G2 is doing nothing to actually remedy that. So just continue.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Yeah. So very questionable decision making from mousesports from time to time. And that's kind of been I guess, a recurring theme for them a lot of the time. They make weird decisions and they sometimes save it with their individual skill, but on a whole, they need to go through their games and actually see what they're doing wrong here.
Yeah, and you mentioned sometimes save it with individual skill. One of those primary sources of skill is often Nico. Yeah. However, we didn't see him deliver bottom of the scoreboard there for mousesports.
That's one of the issues. When you see, like on Overpass, when mousesports are very successful, it's because Nico is able to draw attention towards himself on that B-bomb set where he's all alone. A lot of the times at the beginning of their T sides here on Cbble as well, he's running off alone towards that B plateau. Didn't really get anything for it, or not, at least not enough to force rotations off of Flipside.
He was often getting one and then having to either rotate or die.
Trade. Yeah. And that's not going to be enough if you're going to do that. Sure, it could be better if you actually have a second guy behind you to follow up on that so you can get the favorable trade in the end. But otherwise, sure, it's most oftentimes favorable to play 4v4, or I guess unequal footing when you're T side, but still, it doesn't really give you that much when you give up a Nico. If that's
be nice to have a Nico breaking a site, is what
exactly
you're saying.
So if Nico's a currency, it's way more worth than a lot of other players. So you don't want to give that up for, no shots fired, but like Ashara, because there's this clear skill difference between the two players. That's just how it is.
I mean, yeah, and credit to Shara. He was still delivering a little bit more than he did on Overpass. Of course, that was his most underperformance map in the day. But we are going to go ahead and take our break once again. It has to be a quick one, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for our first game, our first set of games. But now we have Navi and Envy on the horizon. That is going to be a cracker. How will Devil perform? Will Navi continue to rise the ranks of the ESL Pro League standings? Find out after this.